All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday and Livin Freestyle Game Dev live stream, AMA Q&A. This is just what it sounds like. It's an AMA Q&A, hop and ask questions about Unreal Game Dev, anything like that, blueprinting, all of it. We probably don't know all the answers to everything, but the thing is we're happy to try to stumble through those with you together. My name's Kevin. We do this Sunday nights and Wednesday mornings. Welcome if you're here. And I am fortunate enough to work in game dev professionally right now. I work at Riot Games in R&D, and we work a lot with Unreal, especially. So even though I get to do that at work, there's a lot of cool things I don't get to do at work. And this is a chance for me to do a lot of those cool things that I don't get a chance to do and learn a lot. Now, if there are no questions, people aren't hanging out and everybody's off busy making their own games successfully and everything's running smoothly, don't worry. What I will be doing in the meantime is I'm just kind of streaming me stumbling through getting to a working prototype of my own game. And I took a look. I didn't see any questions from last time, largely because we forgot to actually click the stream button last time, which was awesome. So as promised, I double checked. We should actually be streaming this time, which would be good. And we're going to go over a bunch of stuff that we streamed last time, some things with live links and damage numbers and stuff, just because that actually went to the abyss and nowhere. So no questions, nobody's hopping in the chat so far, so we're just gonna hop straight to the engine and kind of get going on a couple of those recaps. So here we are. Let's see, make sure the framing is good. Okay, great. All right, now, well, what we've done since 2 times ago now is we're kind of setting up the speedball level. And one of the whole points of this was so that we just could quickly iterate, and also there will probably be a speedball level within the game anyways, but also so that we don't have to run so far to test a bunch of balancing and everything like that. Now, in order to fix hopefully fix a bunch of our, actually this is all on the whole screen. Let's see if this helps. Okay. We should be good now. Okay. In order to hopefully fix a bunch of our AI pathing problems, what I did is I removed what was kind of a cheat to get them to be able to jump over objects. And that was that, you know, we had made the step height high enough where this wall in the middle, for example, technically they would be able to step up on. And as a result of that, I think they were getting caught on things and stuff like that. And yes, they would most of the time jump, etc. But anyways, I changed our step height to something reasonable. But by doing that, we now have to utilize nav links. And so you can see with all these arrows, these are the nav links that allow them to figure out how to navigate around this wall. So at each of these points, they know that they're supposed to be able to navigate over this wall. Combined with the jump, they can get there. Now, the interesting thing was when I first did this, they also would get stuck on the wall. So you'll notice that I have nav links that go completely over the wall and nav links that hop from the top of the wall both directions. Now, and in practice, I can kind of show you what that looks like. If we play. All right, and I'm just going to eject so that we can watch them. So they'll spawn, and oh, actually, hold on. I have them temporarily set up as dummy characters because I was testing something else. So let's switch those back. Spawn point 2. Let's also bring back our allies. We need 2 of them. And our enemies, we're going to set to search and destroy. E. We're going to change this to an enum because this is painful to remember. Okay. Here we go again. F8. All right, so here they come. They're in search and destroy mode, so they're just kind of wandering around, looking at different things. Once they see somebody, they'll all go booking it over the wall. So they're on the wall, and you can kind of see them using the arrows. Right now, ideally, I would like it so that you didn't even have to place those arrows, but we'll get more into that. But so far, they seem to navigate much better. So now the next step in this process was to test something a little more difficult for them, and that was this jump. Oh, it looks like my gamepad's not connected. Hold on. All right, so where'd our... Here we go. Now, with our gamepad connected, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go hop up here. So I'm just sitting up here, and after they kill my allies, I wanted to see if they could get up here. So here comes our first contestant. They tried. So they're definitely jumping, but they're not successfully getting there. But what I found was, after a few attempts, somebody did finally make it. Yep, there we go. And killed me, actually. Alright, so that was the next step. And I think there's at least a conversation to be had, or an argument to be made, that when they reach a jump point like this one, that they should also... So I've seen this done a couple different ways. Right now we're just utilizing our character's jump, but I've also seen characters use systems that use the launch command. But the argument I was going to say was there might be an argument to basically change the character's look at to be in the direction, the vector of this jump, so that they don't miss that jump. And I think, like I said, there's an argument to be made for that. Double check questions. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, so that's kind of where we got to with navlinks. Another potential thing, navlink. We did end up using smart links. Navlink. Here we go. Connector. We did end up using smart links, and the one thing especially for this one, for the smart link here, let me click on this if I can. Once again, the famous Unreal checkboxes. It's quite difficult to click. I believe it's this one, yes. Down here, after I place the nav link, here we go. This copy endpoint for simple nav, sort of simple link to smart link. I needed to do that so that it would, all the endpoints would be the same. And then in here, we can see when we receive our smart link, we're going to jump. All right, now let's remove some of our print strings. Here's our event try jump. That's interesting. I swore I saw some print strings. Oh, it was for hero jump. Let's get rid of that. Maybe it's in the gameplay ability for jump. Here it is. Also, it looks like our perf force is not connected. Print string. Oh yeah, it's not even on. E4. Turn that on real quick. Alright. Connect per force, accept. Alright, we should be good now. Let's compile and save that. That should get rid of that print. So that pretty much covers a bunch of the stuff we did with navlinks. So now let's go to the second thing that we were troubleshooting, and that was damage numbers. What was happening was when we were doing headshots, it would print 0000. And my suspicion was that was because it was just the whatever was controlling damage numbers was limited to 3 digits. And so I wanted to change that to be something more. So let's change these back to target dummies, and then we'll go shoot them up. All right, so you'll see here now, when we get a headshot that's more than 3 digits, see, we actually get the 4,000 damage that we do now, which we didn't get before. 3950. Those would all just be 000, right? All right, so we were kind of struggling with where that was happening. I thought I knew where it was in the end, and I did end up finding it. So let me show you that damage. Niagara. All right, so in our damage numbers, Niagara, what we were thinking was, in this calc digits, we had added, so basically this is what it looked like. So there was a select here where if the number was less than 10, it would be a single digit. Otherwise, if it was less than 100, it would be, oh, I changed these all. It would have been 2, 3. Okay, this is what it was originally. All right, so if it was less than 100, it would be 2 digits. If it was less than 1,000, it would be 3 digits, and that was all that was there. And so I added, if it was less than 10,000, it would be 4 digits. Now, this is basically just a bunch of true-false statements that helps this happen, and then it spits out the number of digits. Even though we were changing this, it wasn't working. And then the reason is, after much searching and digging, I found another place this exact same thing was being done. Where was it? Update place digits? No. Spawn array. Here it is. In this spawn array. Okay, so I added this extra one, so it would go to 4 digits. So that's where that got fixed. This is a scratch pad that's being used in this Niagara system. Now, I feel like there's a better way to calculate digits, rather than having a whole bunch of if statements. I feel like you can use the log to do that. Hold on, let's just do it quick. I had this question in an interview once. And I feel like, yeah, log-based solution to count digit. So we can use log 10 of the base 10. Okay, so log 10. Do I have access to a log function in here? Log. Ooh, I do. Shall we try this? I think that if we replace this with all these bunches of ifs with a log, the great thing about that is it'll handle any number of digits. So if we decide that massive damage numbers are fun, we won't have to worry about it. So let's try that. Let's go, so if we're gonna go log, there's log and log 2. Let's just try log. What? That's numeric. What log is this though? Is this log 10? Okay, we need to figure out what this does. Or I guess what we could do is we could take the rounded result, feed it into this log, take that result, and feed it into here. And we're gonna skip all this other stuff. So let's see if our damage numbers are broken. All right. 10, that still works. Ooh, that's cool. 20, 4,000. Holy smokes. That may have worked. Okay, so let's test this though. So let's get our, not our weak headshots. Let's get our headshot. This one. Oh, no. It's in the pistol. It's in the pistol. Pistol. I believe it's in the pistol instance. Weapon pistol instance. And here's our headshot. Here's our value. Let's change this to 2,000 to increase this from 200. So now when we play, if our digits work and we actually did make a change, then we should see, instead of 4,000, we should see 40,000 for damage on a headshot. Or maybe my math is bad. It's definitely more, but we haven't crossed the digit boundary. So either that is not what I think it is. We're not changing. No, we're definitely changing that because that was 4,000 before. So are we reaching a cap or a clamp? Maybe it's getting clamped. It's gotta be being clamped. Feels like it's being clamped at 10,000. Okay, nope, that didn't work. All right, so we're definitely doing way more damage, but we are not getting our damage numbers correct here. So I don't know what this log is. Let's look up what Unreal. Log. Maybe it's not a log 10. All right, Unreal Niagara log. Of course, everything that comes up is the message log. I don't really have a way to print this. I don't understand what this node does. This says float to int, but it also feels like it's a map. Multiplies by that int. So I don't understand. Like int. Make int. See, this is weird to me. Like it doesn't doesn't seem like this thing has any options. To build a set of arbitrary output types for an arbitrary set of inputs by connecting their inner components. Oh, okay, I can rename that there. I can rename that there. So that's where they named them. Okay, well, let's just assume that that's cool. All right, let's see here. What does log2 do? I don't remember log functions, y'all, so I need to take a look at the difference. Oh, okay. So log uses 2.78, so we're not getting the right numbers because this is the normal log function. Log 2, E or 10. The other thing we could do is potentially convert this to a string. Hold on, I have a question. Can we do that in Niagara? If we take this and we make this a string. I don't know if Niagara can do this. String. No, I don't think it can. .301. All right, if that's the case, 1 divided by 0.301 is 3.3. This seems a little weird. Let's multiply. By a float. 3.3. We'll feed that in. All right, one more try. I don't know. I'd have to double check if that works all the time or just sometimes. Okay, those digits are right. That is not right. Yeah, it's not right. Okay, so there's a better way to do this. I am absolutely convinced by that. Let's just get rid of this for right now though. And what I want to do, just to double check that we're not bonkers, is if I'm going to change this to 10 digits. Okay. And then we'll run this again. What I want to see is if we take that headshot now, we should get a whole bunch of big digit numbers. Otherwise, we're not changing what we think we're changing. So we're not changing what we think we're changing. You gotta be kidding me. What is going on? Is it because I didn't press apply? Is that really what it is? Oh my goodness. I hope not. I hope not. That would be, I don't want to, wow. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, it's only, none of our previous tests worked. Okay, everybody, you have to click apply. Oh no. Okay, so, all right, now we can retry. All right, so let's try this again. See what happens if we go log. All right, if we take the log and we feed that in instead. And we apply it. And then we play. So weird, I'm surprised it doesn't happen as part of the compile. Hold on a second. Did that actually change? This should be using log then. Oh, but if it's log 2, then it wouldn't be what we expect it to be. So, or if it's just regular log instead of log 10, it would be more digits than we're expecting. So that was a lot of digits. So if we change this to log 2 now, log 2, and we apply. Now, see if we have, it should be less digits. I think log 2 is less. That doesn't look like less to me. It still looks like a whole lot. And I think what we were doing is we were going multiplying this times. And then we needed a float. Not a float. We need a float. 0.301. 0.301. I'm gonna feed that into here. We'll feed that into here. All right, last attempt. And then what we'll do is we'll switch gears. Put this back to what it was and switch gears. That might have worked. Okay, I actually think that might have worked. So, hold on, let's... Oh no, it didn't work because our single digits are too low. It works for our big numbers, but no, it doesn't work. It works in the sense that it is changing it, but it doesn't work in the sense as we really need log 10. And so I probably need to create a log 10 function. So let's apply compile that, save it, switch back our pistol to be, we'll just go 100. That should be enough to kill them. And then we'll run this, make sure they do actually die with headshots, and then we'll move on. And actually probably, yeah, okay, that's enough right now, but that is going to have to change because the reason that's going to have to change is as they get shielded and things like that, we're going to need to make some decisions around whether or not headshots will count for shields and so on. Okay, so now that we've got that back, let's get back to actually playing the game and talk about the next step. So we have our spawn points. We have this. We're going to change these back to search and destroy. Okay. And let's talk a little bit about what we wanted to do from a... Oh, wait. We need our teammates too, even though they die ridiculously fast. Let's see if we can keep them alive this time. Here they come. Jeez Louise. Oh, dude, did I just kill my teammate? Okay, this is exactly what we didn't want it to feel like. We didn't want it to feel like running backwards was always the answer. Hit some kind of breakpoint. Just ignore that for now. Oh, she picked up my gun. She's sneaky. Okay, so a couple things. I think let's knock this back to 3v3. But what I really want to do is I want to update these spawn points. So that's what we're going to do. How are we doing time-wise? We're doing okay. So let's edit this. We're going to make a couple changes. So one change I want to make is this strategy override. I would like this to be, I believe, an enum. Do I have a strategy enum? I do. Change the variable type. Okay. And as a result of that, what is this? If the strategy override is not equal no matching function. Not equal. Oh, interesting. It almost looks like our strategy enum is not being used. We look at this. We have a bunch of things. Okay, we definitely want a dummy in here, or a target dummy. And let's save that. But I think that search destroy is not a thing. Neither is fight or flee or any of these things. So where is this thing being used? Saying it's being used by the shooter bot. Okay. In the behavior tree? No, it's the strategy. Oh, interesting. This enum key is our strategy enum. And strategy is just a string. So I think we don't want that. We need to find wherever strategy is being used and update this to be the enum instead. Let's see if we can find that. Strategy. Or actually, let's look for strategy override first. Okay, so we have this spawn point and strategize is where that's being used. All right, so let's take a look. We're in the spawn point already. So let's take a look at this. Inside of here, if we're using a strategy override, we're setting our strategy name to be the strategy override. Okay. And in here, otherwise we're using that, and it should be search and destroy based off of our new stuff. Okay. So that's one. A bunch of these I don't think we're using, like patrol, all these things. We may later, but for now, can I delete this? Oh, I can't. All right, so patrol, we'll delete. Flee, we're going to delete. We'll delete fight. So we have search and destroy, defend, sentry, and dummy. Okay. We should add one more. None. Do none. Make none our first. We'll save that. Okay, so now in strategize, if we're using strategy override, we're going to get, that's fine. The interesting thing though is this is going to be an int. I believe this enumerator is going to evaluate to an int. So over here, when we're setting our strategy override, we're setting it to the name of this. So let's see, equal is not equal to none. If that's so, if it's not equal to none, then we're going to be using the strategy override. Makes sense. All right, and then what we're going to set it to enum to name. Here's what I want to know. I want to know what that actually is. Like, does this become an int, or does it actually convert the name of the enumerator to a value? So just to test this right now, let's just print this string. Okay, and see what prints. So when we start, oh, we need a, wait, I didn't see it print anything. Hold on a sec. Oh. That's because we have not updated our spawn point. The strategy override enum defaults to none. Compile and save this. We'll compile and save this. And then what we need to do in our level is for our enemy spawn point, right now they're set to none. We'll go search and destroy. And then for our allies, we need a wingman. I believe that was the other one. Wingman. Yeah, that's useless. So that doesn't actually give us the string. That gives us a number. So what we need to do then is anywhere we're using these enums, we need to convert to using the enums, because this doesn't actually do what we need it to do. And we're using a tag on the AI controller. Interesting. This became a little bit more of a spaghetti mess than I would have hoped. So over here on our AI controller, click strategy override. Right now it's a name. I want to know everywhere this is used. Okay, so it looks like it's used in strategize and spawn point. So let's bring it up in strategize. Okay, and then let's go back to here and let's change this to a strategy enum. And we're going to compile and save that. All right, and then what we're going to do here in strategize is oh, what a bummer. We have to do the same thing here. We're setting a strategy name, tags. We're setting a value as a name for the blackboard for this character. All right, let's go to our enemy. Look at our blackboard, and I'm going to change the name of this to be strategy enum. We are definitely playing with fire here. Okay, save that, check it out, and then back in our controller, our strategize task, we're going to get the value. We're going to set value as enum, and the key name is to be strategy enum. Yes. So let's make one of these, and rather than coming into here, we're going to go through here. Okay, and the value that we're going to set is going to be this. Should go away when we're done with all this. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. We're just gonna convert this whole thing. Let's go. It's gonna break everything. Change variable type. strategy enum here. We go random integer. No. Literal enum strategy enum. Byte. What does that give it? Okay. Random array item. No. I want to get a random enum. Yeah, that's not what we want. Okay, we're gonna have to figure this out. Let's see here. So, if we're using the strategy override, we're going to set the strategy override. And we can refresh this. So that part should work. That will come into here. Okay, and then here we're going to take our strategy name and plug it into there. Okay, and then so that should be their strategy. Great. I don't even think we need this tag thing anymore, so let's just skip that. And then really the only one we have to figure out is this right here. So if we just disconnect this for right now, and we set our strategy to be dummy by default, if we don't have an override, let's see if we can even, hold on. This is in strategize, yep, okay, but here's the problem. In here, strategy is not equal to dummy. See this? This would be, we need to change our strategy enum is not equal to dummy. So we basically need to find all of those. Okay, so this one is strategy enum. Where is it? Strategy enum is equal to dummy. And that's that. Let's see if we see any strategy uses in here. Okay, this is strategy is not equal to wingman. So we need strategy enum is not equal to wingman. And this one is also strategy enum is not equal to wingman. Strategy enum is not equal to wingman. And then squad leads, lookarounds. Here we go, another one. Strategy is not equal to wingman. Strategy enum is not equal to wingman. Okay, that's lead for success, look around, objectives, look around, squad leads, out of ammos, targets, etc. Okay, let's save that. I think what this is going to do is we're going to need to spend some time double checking. Basically, you know, just not trusting our AI for a little while. That we just may have missed a setting in here, so we'll have to check this. Be diligent about noticing weird behaviors in our AI. That's character health. That's character health. Target enemies. More character health. Squad leads. Squad leads. Okay, I think we theoretically got all of those. Okay, save that one. So that should change our patrol and that, and then this should be compile and save. So if we're not setting it specifically, they should be dummies. So let's check. All right, so first off, we can probably get rid of that print, but it looks like they're not doing anything. They're at least moving. So these guys, where's his buddies? Like, why aren't they telling their friends? So they're clearly search and destroy. All right, so search and destroy is still working. I don't know why they didn't tell their friends about me, which is kind of weird. Let's change this to defend and go play. So when we run up on them, they should all have green, but they don't. That's interesting. Oh, maybe because our UI isn't updating. Also, what are they defending? If we specifically set it to dummy. Oh. Okay, so our strategy override doesn't seem to be working. And we need to figure out why. So in our... Okay, first off, what are they printing? Enumerator 6. We look at enumerator 6. Somehow it's setting it to wingman. What? Let's take our wingmen and we'll set them to dummy as well. Everybody's set to dummy. That's all 6 then. Okay, so if they're set to 6, that's somehow setting it to wingman? So something's going on in our spawn point. Oh, because we're not actually setting it. That's why. So we need to actually set our strategy override. Let's get rid of this. Well, we can keep this print string for now. We'll refresh this on the target. Okay, so compile and save. So let's go again. Okay, they look like dummies. They're not moving. Okay, that's good. I think that worked. So let's go back to our spawn points and change these two, our friendlies, back to wingmen. See if they behave accordingly. And that means that they are supposed to work with me, hang around me. So I'm their objective now if this worked properly. But it looks like they're all still dummies. Sweet, that's awesome. We totally got this dialed in. Okay. So either you know what? Let's just put a breakpoint here. And let's change our enemies to 0. So we know we're only spawning allies, and we'll only spawn one ally. Antius, how are you doing this Wednesday morning? Why didn't that hit a breakpoint? That should have hit a breakpoint. Okay, there we go. So we're spawning one NPC bot, and the strategy override is wingman. That is not none, so it should come in here. Oh, interesting. We're setting the tag array to use strategy override. Any third-party software for debugging. I mean, not that I'm aware of. I don't even remember seeing anybody. I can't even remember hearing about any third-party software for debugging GPU specifically at work, just off the top of my head. It seems like, from what I can tell, they've always just used the profiling that's built in with Unreal. Yeah, off the top of my head, I got nothing. I'm trying to think. I used to be a graphics software engineer, and that's what I used to do. I used to build high-end video cards, but the stuff we used was all crazy low-level stuff. You know, actually looking at the chips and everything. So, okay, so we're setting our search and destroy tag. That's true. Let's check our strategize task. Let's see if we receive this. Got it. Well, that's awesome that you found it. Okay, so theoretically we're setting it. All right, so now we're coming in here, we're setting our strategy. All right, is this tag set? It is. So our strategy override. So we're setting our strategy name to wingman. So is it valid? Yes. We're setting our strategy name on the enum to wingman, and then we're going about our merry way. Wait, what is this? Why are we back here again? Oh, because it's just going to hit this over and over and over again. All right, so that's fine. So we are definitely setting our strategy to wingman, but this person is not behaving like a wingman. So we must have broken something somewhere else. Let's look for wingman. Get all objectives. Ah, here we go. This is because, okay, so we need to go. I thought we searched for all of these. This should be the strategy enum. Okay, and we should, from the blackboard, get value as enum, and then with that we're going to check to see if it equals enum strategy. Nope, that's not what I want. No, that's not what I want. I keep clicking the same thing. Literal enum, here we go. So, this value, all right, so if this is equal to wingman, if this is equal to, come on, man, you gotta be kidding me, equals, oh, it doesn't know that this is a enum? It is returning an enum. Can I cast enums? Strategy. Maybe this is what I need to do. It's kind of like casting an enumerator. Oh, that's kind of wild. So if this is a wingman, then we're going to do this. Okay, which is cool. I want to know where else we're using this strategy. I swore we got rid of them all. So that's strategy. That's strategy. Okay, so apparently we have a fair few number of places that we need to do this. Oh my goodness, this was a bad idea. In the grand scheme of bad ideas, this was a bad idea. It turns out changing our strategy from a name to an enum has far-reaching effects. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Okay, so we are at time for today, and unfortunately, because of the day job, I do actually need to get going. So let's wrap up. You saw the spaghetti mess at the end there. All right. So we kind of did a quick recap of all the things that I streamed to nowhere on Sunday. That was awesome, Antis. You missed that. I actually forgot to click the button on. So anyways, we recapped a bunch of that stuff, the nav links, the damage numbers, and stuff like that. I do think that there is a better way to see, exactly, I'm a professional, right? So I do think that there is a better way to handle our damage numbers. If we had a log10 function in Niagara, that would be helpful. So I'm going to do some digging into that. Where do we get log10 from for Niagara? Because then we don't have to have all these crazy if statements. So that's that. We kind of went over all the navlink stuff. And then we're now working on getting our strategy set up to be an enum with our spawn points. And the reason that I was heading this way was because what I would like to do is I would like to make it so that the things that we change with our spawn points I'd like to make them, one, easier to use, and two, we're going to make it so that we can dynamically change the difficulty of the encounter for testing. So we're going to be working with the game mode to basically increase and decrease the difficulty to find the balance based on our current loadouts and things like that, because that's what's coming. So we're going to be using this speed map to kind of work towards that. And I thought a simple change of changing our strategy to an enum so it was easier to use, but apparently not. So I'm going to go work on that spaghetti mess that you just saw. And hopefully starting Sunday, we'll be back into working on getting our game mode able to dynamically change the difficulty. So, Antis, good morning, happy Wednesday. I hope you have a great week, rest of your week. For anybody else, as always, if you have questions, hop in the next Q&A. This one's going to be Sunday at 10:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or throw them in the comments and I will try to cover them while you're sleeping. Sweet. Have a great week, everybody. I'll catch you on the next one.